So thank you everyone for coming for this very exciting announcement that we have today. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Gregory Barr, I'm the CAO for the town of Annapolis Royal, and I'm going to be your MC today. I'm not going to do a lot of talking though, because we've got some very special guests that are going to do some talking for us. First of all, I want to welcome everyone, certainly our speakers and our special guests I'll introduce in a second, but also, of course, our members of council that are here today, members of our Waterfront Development Committee, who are a big part of our projects and stuff that are here today. Certainly there's some members of the community groups that are present, and of course members of the community themselves. It's great to see such a great turnout, so thank you very much for coming. So I guess I'll just say that, we're delighted to have our Member of Parliament from West Nova, Colin Fraser, with us here today. Certainly our Premier, Stephen McNeil, is here, and we're very happy to have him. And of course, our Mayor for Annapolis Royal, Michael Tompkins. So we have a very exciting announcement, and without any further delay, I'm going to ask for our MP for West Nova, Colin Fraser, to come speak and say a few words on behalf of the federal government.
Hello. Thank you very much, Gregory, and thank you everybody for being here today on another beautiful day here in Annapolis Royal. Good morning, bonjour tout le monde, Premier McNeil, Mayor Tompkins, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pleased to join you today in Annapolis Royal, and I'm reminded on a day such as this with the announcement we'll be making that when a diamond cutter has a great stone of value, the artisan takes great care. She or he plans exactly what to do before the work begins. And as we all know, Annapolis Royal is a jewel among Nova Scotia towns, and I know Mayor Tompkins, councillors, and town planners are very conscious of this responsibility. Care must be taken in planning how to highlight the various facets of a jewel. At Annapolis Royal, one of the most important facets is the waterfront that we see here behind me. That's why I'm pleased to announce today that the Government of Canada, through the Atlantic Canada Opportunities Agency, is investing $372,000 in development for the waterfront area. C'est pourquoi je suis ravi de vous annoncer aujourd'hui que le gouvernement du Canada, par l'entremise de l'APK, investira $372 000 dans des travaux de développement du secteur riverain.
Bravo!
That was the same thing in French, in case anyone was wondering. Thank you, Alan. A major element of the project is the addition of an outdoor amphitheatre facing Annapolis Basin at Petite Park. This facility, with tiered seating, will host activities from concerts to buskers to theatrical plays. Another element of the waterfront refurbishment will involve upgrades to the boardwalk. History is everywhere in Annapolis Royal, and boardwalk improvements will make it more accessible. For instance, another element of the project involves preparation of a site behind King's Theatre for the building of a Tancook Whaler boat. This interactive demonstration is being relocated from the old Irving property. The idea behind the Tancook Whaler work is a slow build to give visitors the chance to ask questions and maybe even lend a hand. Lending a hand is very much a way of life in Annapolis Royal. There is a vibrant volunteer culture that animates a community of artists, craftspeople, and merchants. The spirit of collaboration is essential to growing the Atlantic Canadian economy, and it is communities like this one that the Government of Canada was thinking of when we launched the Atlantic Growth Strategy last month. Our commitment to strengthen our community is about the economy, but it's also about maintaining and improving quality of life. A better quality of life for our community, in turn, helps to attract immigrants and retain a skilled labor force. Other elements of the Atlantic Growth Strategy include tourism and infrastructure, which we feel a project like this embodies. Annapolis Royal is already a very welcoming community. These boardwalk enhancements will take things a step or two further. Anchored at one end by the amphitheatre and the other end by the Tancook Whaler. As always, Annapolis Royal retains that unique connection with its seafaring and arts history. In closing, I'd like to thank everyone who helped make today happen. the town of Annapolis Royal, the province of Nova Scotia, and last but not least, private contributors and volunteers. Your commitment to this community is a heritage of heart, and for that you can all be very proud. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you very much, Colin. Certainly on behalf of the community, we are very excited and delighted and couldn't be more appreciative of the contributions from ACOA and the work on everyone involved. At this point, I'd like to introduce the Premier of Nova Scotia, Steve McNeil, and ask him to come up and say a few words.
Thank you very much, Gregory. I didn't get the dress code. It's great to be home. I don't get to enjoy too many beautiful summer days in our riding in our communities, and I wasn't going to let this one pass. So I hope you all forgive me a little bit. Colin, it's great to have you here. I'm going to ask you the same question I've been asked since last Tuesday. Is Justin with you? No matter where I go, and I didn't take it personal. Mayor, it's always good to be here. Thank you for the work you're doing on behalf of the citizens of the town of Annapolis Royal, to the councillors and community members who have been passionate about making sure that we continue to enhance the history of our community, but also capitalize on the wonderful assets that we have. The boardwalk behind us, the wharf behind us, the water behind us is a tremendous asset that we need to continue to build on. It wasn't that long ago, early July, I was here making announcements around recreational infrastructure. Part of that announcement was $50,000 for the boardwalk. I'm thrilled to see the overall project continue to move forward. Colin, it is an important part of building our communities. Grateful for the support of the national government when it comes to preparing us not only to celebrate the 150th anniversary of our country, but as I said the other day, we have a lot more history than 150 years, and in this community, like no other place in Canada. I believe it's the home of multicultural Canada. It was where I believe the lessons of how our country should come together were taught by the way members have treated our ancestors, and we're very proud of that. And I don't have to tell you, but the people who are behind you will shout loud and clear to make sure that everyone in central Canada realizes that the birthplace of Canada is here in Annapolis Royal. Colin had said earlier, this is a project that is not only building on the boardwalk. I'm excited and thrilled. I'm looking forward to the amphitheatre. I think it'll be wonderful to see not only those of us that are more experienced and our young members of our community being able to interact on that boardwalk, providing opportunities for entertainment, enjoyment, learning experiences. It'll be a wonderful addition to the town of Annapolis Royal with the amphitheatre. As you come down through the boardwalk, looking at the Tancook Whaler that'll be built on this end, it is exactly the kind of thing that enhances what we already have in our communities. And I think it'll be one of another additional attraction that draws people to this beautiful part of Nova Scotia. I'm thrilled to be here with Colin today to announce that on top of what we committed on the last time that I was here, $50,000, the total contribution on behalf of the citizens of Nova Scotia, the government of Nova Scotia, will be $150,000 in total to join with the commitment by the federal government. We're only able to stand here, though, because of the tremendous hard work that was put in by the council and by volunteers who have been committed to continuing to enhance the beauty of this town. This project has been well put together. It has hit every piece of what we were looking for, I think, as a province, but I think at the national government, enhancing an economic opportunity, but also building on the culture that we have and the heritage that we have in our community, and making sure that the two of them are blending together without being at the expense of either. They can coexist for economic growth, but also making sure that we maintain the beauty and heritage of our community. And we as a government are thrilled to be part of that. Mayor, congratulations to the citizens. Congratulations. Now that the funding is over with, now just the hard work begins. So when I see all of you here next time, I expect you all to have a shovel. And we're looking forward to coming and finally cutting a ribbon on what will be another beautiful part of this wonderful historic town. So So Mayor, to all of you, thank you for your continued work and dedication to ensuring that we can live, work, and play in this beautiful place. Thank you so much.
Wow.
Thank you, Premier, for that announcement, and thank you for the support of the province of Nova Scotia. Next, we have, of course, the Mayor of the town of Annapolis Royal, Michael Tompkins, and I'll ask him to come up and say some words on behalf of council and on behalf of the town.
They allotted me 3 minutes for this, so there's no way that I'm going to be under 3 minutes. Colin and Stephen, thank you very much for coming today and your announcements. It's been a long journey, so having you here today made it a reality for it. 4 years ago, this town elected this council, and there were a few issues that we had to deal with. A small building up the road that has to be dealt with, and our waterfront was another large issue. I'm here today to say we have addressed that issue. Today, we are here to celebrate the start of our waterfront redevelopment. This council could have just patched what we had, could have planted a few flowers, put up a few signs, and called it a day. We didn't, because we looked at this waterfront as an opportunity to do more, to create an interactive, engaging, healthy environment for this town, to create a waterfront our community would be proud of. We listened to the public, who consistently said our waterfront is an asset and needed to be developed through public meetings and strategic planning. We recognize this in our new logo, which represents our built heritage with the fort. Our history of being connected to the water, our history of being a port and an entry into this country is noted by the two waves. This is show the importance of the waterfront, what it was and what it is to this town. We also created a new slogan, where history meets opportunity. And this project is the definition of that slogan. We have created opportunities for recreation, the arts, education, and further economic development to occur on our waterfront. This is only the start, but the direction we are taking makes me proud to be your mayor. I pushed hard for this vision, and we knew we could succeed, but there's no way I could have done it on my own. And I would like to take a moment to recognize those that made this a reality. My town council, Pat Powers, Paul Paquette, Sherman Hudson, and Byron Mercero.
Oh.
These four councillors saw the vision and saw the opportunity and worked with me to make it happen. To not take the easy road and to lead the way in redevelopment, you will all be proud of. I would like to thank our CEO, Greg Barr, our development officer, Sandy Millette Campbell, and Amy McManus, our executive assistant. These staff dedicated their work with the public and our waterfront committee and had numerous applications and grant applications to fill out and redo and fill out, and their work made our vision become reality. The members of our waterfront committee, Donnie Brown, Harry Jost, Holly Sanford, Danny McClare.
Hello.
Brianna LeBlanc from Ocoa.
Hello.
The work she did to help us fit this funding model made today happen. So thank you very much. Mike Trinasti, whose assistant made this difficult puzzle work. So I thank him as well.
Well.
Lillian Stewart and Julia Tompa from Parks Canada, who saw our plan and could see how it fit perfectly with Fort Anne's redevelopment of its Queen's Wharf, and have worked with us on Petite Park portion of the project. So I thank you guys. The Annapolis Wharf Society for the willingness to work with us on the development for the final site of our interactive boat building, the project which is now operating at the old Irving Station. That will be, as mentioned, moved behind King's Theatre. I thank them. This vision for our waterfront was not easy. We were at it for 2 or 3 years. And council needed to take the leadership role for this, to not wait, to not wait for help to show up, come up with a plan, and then ask for support to make it happen. And today, we have received that support, and now the work can begin. So thank you very much. and I'm just like a kid in the candy store right today. So
Bravo.
Thank you, Michael. So that concludes the speaking portion of the announcements today, and I want to thank everyone for taking the time to come out and hear this exciting announcements. We'll certainly, more details in the project. We're going to be working to undertake portions of it this fall, finishing it up in the spring. So you expect to see a lot of activity along the waterfront, hopefully outside of the main part of the tourist season. So right now at this point, I'm going to ask our speakers to be available for pictures and certainly some media interviews if wanted afterwards. But at this point, thank you very much again for coming out, and hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Bravo.